Hola, señores. This video is going to explain how to form the present subjunctive. So remember, the present subjunctive is used after the word que in the second part of the sentence, and the verb in the first part of the sentence that has to be there is some sort of verb of influence. You're trying to subject someone to your will. You're indirectly trying to boss somebody around. So the first thing you need to do is figure out what base you're adding these endings to. So to do that, you're going to go to the yo form of the present tense. You're going to drop the o, and you're going to add these opposite endings that you know. So for AR verbs, instead of o, as, a, amos, an, you're going to add es, hemos, es, en. Little confusing because the yo form ending and the el, ella, usted ending are the same, kind of similar to the imperfect, like yo hablaba, I used to speak, ella hablaba, she used to speak. So you may tend to use a subject pronoun a little bit more with these subjunctive verbs, just to avoid any confusion. Then ER and IR verbs, a, as, a, amos, es, an. Once again, going on to the go to yo, drop the o, add the opposite endings you know, stem. So here is the subjunctive in context. So if you say, they hope that Minerva talks when she sees her husband being tortured, they are trying to influence Minerva's actions. So ellos esperan que Minerva, usually it would be habla, but we're going to go to the yo form, drop the o, add opposite endings would be hable, cuando ve a su esposo siendo torturado. The second verb, ve, is not going to be the subjunctive because they're not trying to influence this action right here. This is just when it's occurring. They hope that I talk when I see him being tortured. Here, they are trying to influence my actions. Ellos esperan que yo hablo, opposite endings, hable, cuando lo ve siendo torturado. Minerva hopes that Leo is okay. She's trying to influence Leo being okay. Minerva espera que Leo esté bien. Usually it would be está. And this one, esté, is an irregular verb, and that's coming up. So if you went to yo, it would be estoy. There's a group of verbs that have a spelling change, and these verbs had a spelling change already in the preterite tense when you said what people did in the past. So what's going to happen is verbs that end in kargar or zar, they have a spelling change in all the forms. Before it was just a yo form. So the C will change to QU, the G will change to GU, and the Z to C. Cross out your example that I have written in of empezar and use instead sacar. To take, as in to take something out. Sacar, the C will change to Q, because if you didn't, back up here, don't copy this down, it's not correct. But if you didn't, you would be saying something like sase, or sase, sase. But we want it to sound like the infinitive, the k sound, so the C changes to CU. Just to QU, Sake, saques, sake, saquemos, saques, saquen. Then there are stem changing verbs. AR and ER verbs have the same stem changes as in the present indicative. Remember, the present indicative is just what you know to be normal up till now, right? What you've been used to, the o, as, a, amos, an. So with the verb pensar, the stem change was an E to IE stem change in the boot shape. And it still is that. So pienso, take off the O. Piense is your base. Opposite endings, piense, pienses, piense, piensen. There was no stem change before here. There still isn't. Pensemos, penséis. For IR verbs, they will stem change in all the forms now. The stem change will be the same in the yo, tú, usted, él, ella, ustedes, ellos forms. That would be the boot shape. Outside of the boot, we have a radical change. Well, let's look inside the boot first. So sentir, to feel, E to IE stem changer, siento, take off the O, opposite endings, sienta, sientas, sienta, sientan. Outside of the boot, the radical change, the O changing to U, the E, if it used to be an E to IE verb, the E will change to I. So sintamos, sintáis. Let's look at this in context. He wants her to love him. Él quiere que ella, he's trying to influence her actions. We're going to do the him first. Him after a verb is lo. Él quiere que ella lo, and love, quiero, take off the O, opposite endings, quiera. Él quiere que ella lo quiera. I hope that the baby sleeps well. Espero que el bebé, duermo is the yo form. Take off the O, duerma. And bien. Espero que el bebé duerma bien. Now we got to the list of just plain old irregular verbs. Dar is, the yo form is doy, so you can't just go to yo, drop the O. It won't work. Ir, the yo form is boy. Saber, the yo form is sé. There is no yo form for the verb I. Estoy, soy. So you can see why these verbs are irregular, because you can't follow the regular rule with them. So, de has an accent on it, so you don't confuse it with de, meaning of or from. Des, de, demos, des, den. We hope that profe gives us candy. Esperamos que profe nos dé dulces. Ir, vaya, vayas, vaya, vayamos, vayáis, vayan. Saber sounds like this. Sepa, sepas, sepa, sepamos, sepáis, sepan. And think about your pronunciation phrase here. Minerva espera que la gente dominicana sepa la verdad. I is haya. So there is or there are. Esté, estéis, esté, estemos, estéis, estén. Sea, seas, sea, seamos, seáis, sean. Y esto es todo, señores.